7th Wisconsin turnover of this first half. You mentioned, Logan, usually just sitting at just over 10 turnovers per game. Some sloppy play by the Badgers in this one as we are under 5 minutes. Martinelli against Crowell. He'll take a 3-point shot, drains it. Northwestern retakes the lead on a Martinelli step back J. It's getting loud in Welsh Ryan. This sold-out crowd doing work to try and keep the Badgers at bay. John Tonje has something to say about that as he cuts inside, fights through 2 defenders, and puts it up with his right hand to sink the bucket. 13 points now on the afternoon for Tonje, up to 50% from the field in his 14 minutes of action. Tied here at 20. Ty Berry buries a 3. Northwestern has found something from deep, Logan.
Excellent action there. Berry coming off the Nicholson screen, frees him up from the right wing, and Berry has missed a couple open shots, but not missing there. Nails it for the Cats.
Get it inside to Tonje, who's got that NBA Jam-style hot streak. He'll take a 3, and man, does he keep it going. We are tied once again. John Tonje is feeling it, and suddenly, after a first 12 minutes where neither of these teams could buy a basket, these teams are red hot. Wisconsin made each of its last 4 field goals. Northwestern's made each of its last 3. 23 apiece here in Welsh Ryan. Martinelli to Sheravino, who will take a 3 from the same spot as that Berry make. This time, no good, and Wisconsin will slow things down.
And Tonje, 4 threes, 4 of 6. Let's see what he can do here now with the ball.
Tonje, unsurprisingly, gets the ball, working against Berry, going downhill with the right. He'll pass it away to Janicki. Janicki, a deep 3 off the front of the rim. Wisconsin's hot streak finally comes to an end with under 3 minutes. Chris Collins telling his offense to slow the pace down. Still knotted. 23-23. Nicholson to Berry, who will take another 3 from the other side. Different side, same result. Ty Berry is good for 3. Berry up to 9 points, leading all Northwestern scorers. Tonje and Berry trying to go shot for shot, but Tonje will pass this one away to Janicki. Inside to Krell, back to Janicki. 2 guarding Janicki in the post. Nicholson slides off. It's McGee going downhill, cutting to the lane, rejected by Nicholson. Nicholson with an emphatic no on the McGee attempt. And we will get a timeout with over 2 minutes. And Logan, it was a bit of a sleepy opening 10 minutes. But these two teams are now providing the excitement over the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, and this building is starting to fill up. The crowd is into the action. And you talk about Ty Berry nailing a couple threes on the most recent possessions. That's the Ty Berry we've been accustomed to seeing here in Evanston for the last 4 years. We didn't see it for a lot of the start of this season. It took a while. It took him even to getting benched for several games to start to come alive, and he's continued his recent string of hot shooting here today.
Well, Logan, you absolutely love to see it for Ty Berry. He really found something when Coach Collins described it not as a demotion, but just a reset. Ty Berry headed to the bench, Sheravino, and there were some questions without Barnheiser in the starting lineup, Ty Berry having to be reinserted. I think Ty Berry really started to like coming off the bench. He started talking about how he was able to see the game a little bit differently, pick his spots, but that success that he was able to see coming off the bench has really translated so far as he's been reinserted back into the starting lineup.
Northwestern running out of time to make up some of these runs. Down 6 here in the 6th, but Kelsey Nader up at the plate, one of the most dangerous Wildcat hitters.
And what I've appreciated about the Wildcats is they were trending towards that mark of they could have gave up, allowed it to be a run roll game, but you start to see them chip away, continue to put pressure on.
Forces a bloop on the left side of the infield, but Nader's going to be able to leg it out for an infield single. Kamzik was able to force some weak contact as that awkwardly got Kelsey Nader swinging at a pitch on the inside of the plate, jammed her up, but that's speed on full display there.
Kamzik forces what should be an out pop-up. what I love is the hustle from Nader and then the smile. That's somebody who saying, I don't care if I just got jammed. I found a way on for my team, and that's what matters most.
Brings up Avasado, batting .412 on the year after 2 hits today. And if you're a pitcher, Sydney, you do so much work to get that weak contact. What's the mental processing of now there's a runner on first, even though you did a lot of things right in that last at-bat?
That's when the game, it works both ways, because there's times where you give up a line shot and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know how my defense just picked me up there. And that's when you have to not get too high or get too low when you're a pitcher and be able to stay that steady keel.
Well, Kamzik fired that one in there right on the inside part of the plate to freeze Avasado and even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind and delivery fouled back and out of play.
We also have a live active construction site for what will be the new football stadium in 2026 in full effect. And it's exciting to think when the football stadium's ready, so will be the 2026 softball stadium will be able to debut for the Wildcats as well.
The construction on the new Sharon J. Drysdale Field starting as soon as this season ends. Should be an exciting Big Ten environment. Avasado digs out at the 1-2, able to spoil the pitch foul.
The home that the Wildcats are creating, the way it's going to resemble so many features people love about the J. They think it's very personable. They feel like you're right on top of the players. It's going to be that, but enhanced in so many ways.
The 1-2 to Avasado, a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Cami Kamzik. That ball was fired into the outfield trying to get the runner, Nader. But the out against Avasado is recorded. Cami Kamzik having herself a day. Her 5th strikeout of the afternoon, and doing so against some of Northwestern's most potent bats.
Going to that rise ball late in the zone, one of her sharpest pitches yet today. They've been so impressed. It feels like Kamzik has just gained speed and gained spin the further she's went.
As Robinson sends one, smokes it out to right field, and gets aboard once again. Kelsey Nader will stand on second as she saw the first pitch from Kamzik, saw one she liked, and just roped it out into right field.
Nader almost had to stop it and work on not being dodged by how hard that ball came off of Robinson, who's continuing to find her swing. This is going to lead to another timeout by Notre Dame, as now we pay a visit from head coach instead, with Ganef instead of Boo, as we saw earlier. More of a full team timeout.
So you can take a look at this Robinson hit again, just right in the gap on that right side of the infield. But what have you seen largely from Cami Kamzik? Striking out Avasado relatively recently, just Avasado's 2nd strikeout in her last 13 games. She's really attacked the heart of this Northwestern lineup.
It was a heightened focus against Avasado, as you saw her work really well in attacking that inside pitch as she's done so well, allowing those to be tighter on the plate and then going outside to leveling up. And anytime she's changed her eye level, she's been very successful at doing so.
Kamzik was able to strike out Bridget Donahue last time she was at the plate. Looking for some redemption here is Northwestern's 3rd baseman, who's still hitless today after that 3-hit game Saturday against Minnesota, including a home run and 2 doubles. Just an extra base hit machine. Jack Grunkmeyer, out for another inning of work, was able to escape a bases-loaded jam in the top of the 4th inning to keep the score at just 2-0 Western Michigan. Grunkmeyer's first opponent this inning will be shortstop Brendan Harity, who had a double back in the 3rd inning. Harity turns on the first one, but the first base umpire said no go, ball 1. Harity playing shortstop today has started games at 2nd base, shortstop, and 3rd base. One of those versatile pieces for Western Michigan. Watches another pitch go by for ball 2.
Yeah, breaking ball just a little in that time. Trying to come back through the back door. Front door, rather.
Harity hit .299, just a tad under 300 a year ago. That average sitting at .260 this year, but still putting together a relatively solid season, a .341 on base percentage, as he works ahead in the count 3-0. Grunkmeyer needing a strike here, and he'll get it. Harity started walking down the first baseline thinking he drew a walk low in the strike zone, but that one ruled a strike by home plate umpire Dominic Longbuco. Now the 3-1 from Grunkmeyer. And that one turned on strike 2. So quickly, Grunkmeyer gets back into the at-bat with 2 consecutive strikes to force things full.
Gonna call time here for Western Michigan as Harity's gonna go over to head coach Billy Gernon. Just talk things over. Probably an approach thing, he's up 3-0. He sees the pitch low in the zone that he thinks is out of the zone, wants to walk over to first base. If I'm a head coach there, I'm just saying, hey, stay in the at-bat here. Stay in the at-bat, grind out.
We've seen plenty of Bronco batters been able to do that so far. Lots of spoiled 2-strike pitches. Harity does have a propensity to strike out. Leads all Bronco batters in strikeouts, including a strikeout here in the first inning. And another one there, this time a looking strikeout as Grunkmeyer gets the K.
Just fooled him. Goes low, goes off speed, freeze frame. Oh, that's such a pretty pitch there from Grunkmeyer. Does an excellent job. He has looked so confident on the bump so far. Obviously came in to kind of diffuse that situation just an inning ago and starts things off with a strikeout looking.
A fun chess game-like at-bat there. Grunkmeyer able to record the first out. Brings up Dylan Nevar. 4th consecutive strike thrown from Jack Grunkmeyer to get ahead 0-1. We mentioned at Nevar's first plate appearance when he drew that hit-by-pitch back in the second. Recently broke Western Michigan's all-time RBI record, passing Matt Mieske, who played for the Broncos between 1987 and 90, went on to have an 8-year MLB career with the Brewers, the Cubs, Mariners, Astros, and Diamondbacks. Hit 56 career home runs, and Nevar just putting his name on that pantheon of Bronco hitters. Down 0-2 right now to Grunkmeyer. The delivery, swing and a miss. 6 consecutive strikes warrants 2 strikeouts for Jack Grunkmeyer in the first year. Has looked sharp on the mound.
He's continued to look sharp, and this is an awesome story because this is a guy that was not on the travel roster at the beginning of the year. Didn't travel with the team out to Long Beach State, but showed, during practice and some opportunities that this is a guy that you can really lean on, and he has taken his opportunities and made the most of them, and he's looked really good here through a couple of batters faced.
Avery Thielman up at the plate. Back in the 4th, drew a walk in a long battle of an at-bat. Grunkmeyer's strike streak ends there with a ball outside and away. The 1-0 once again, outside and low. Squirts by Markinson, gets past him, but no harm, no foul with no runners on. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Thielman's seen the righties really well this year, too. 300 batting average against right-handed pitchers. Don't really know how to account for that with the unique delivery.
Taps it over to Council. Council turns and tosses to Liolis. A quick inning of work for Jack Grunkmeyer. And Northwestern will look to get some runs back here in the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Big Ten Plus.